I'm just going through all the stuff we got in the loft. There's this box here. It's got quite a lot of the old stuff we've not touched in years. Some older LED lights, battery lights. There's a set of like ball lights in here. No idea if these work. Probably not. I've gone through a few of these. Oh, that's not a lot of space. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Digging out random lanterns. Starting to wonder if there was a ton of bulbs, but it might have been a different style. Anyway, and there's the other set of Premier lights. An old long set. Quite a few are not working in places. Could have a look, see if it's just loose connections. This set, notably though, has much more yellow bulbs in it, so unless it's an older set perhaps, before they made them a bit more orange. 2004, a couple of years before, with this absolutely ginormous transformer. Love it. Probably do a separate video on them at some point. Anyway, there's my little testing bench, although it wasn't really made for that, it was just a random thing. Shelving I've put in. 7 volt, 0.98 watts. 2009. Oh, it was a Wilkinson. Set of Wilkinson's lights. God, that'd be impossible to get spares. So I got a load of bulbs like this, but unless they're the same type, it ain't gonna work. Let's see if they still work. Holy hell, they still work. Well, it's quite nice. But I found this set's got really washed out colours. Like, they're quite... Yeah, I don't know. The bulb paint's not very nice. There's something about them. Not the prettiest, very washed out, and I think that's kind of why we haven't really used them. They're almost like... They're almost like LED territory in a way. That kind of washed out what you get from the cold white LEDs. It's not as bad on camera as it is in person. I'm impressed they work. Let's leave that there so they're in the way, like everything else. But yeah, all sorts of stuff. Been putting some stuff aside over here. We've got a couple of these Premier flower lights. I'm not sure what they are. They're kind of like Lotus maybe. They've got like 3-piece, 3-segmented, clear caps. We've got 2 of them. This set doesn't work. That set does work, but I think these use RB20 bulbs. 12 volt RB20Ws, yeah, so I've actually bought a few of them and I can order more, although I've got green ones so far. So to get some white ones. But then again, can probably swap the bulbs into the caps, so that should be fine. That bulb's easy to get. Unlike the lantern ones, I'm really struggling. No bulbs for them at all. Which is half the reason why I'm rummaging through here. I did find this bag though. Bag of baubles and some weird string thing I've made, which is sad because I've obviously like taken apart a dead set of lights not knowing what they were, only to find years later I've obviously taken apart a set of Noma Canterbury bells. How bloody annoying. But there's like random bulbs in here as well, and a lantern, so might be able to repair or find all the pieces for this Premier set of lanterns. The only problem is I've then not got any spare bulbs, and that's really worrying me. And to buy a set of Noma, which you can still buy the G1 bulbs for, you're talking 50 odd quid, 40, 50 odd quid for those things. Mental. Yeah, random stuff. Again, I have no idea what time of year it's going to come out. I'm recording this on the 4th of January, so we'll be taking the decorations down soon. But I've now got a new thing for restoring lights. This is a big set of lights. Again, doesn't work. I do remember these working when I was younger. No idea. Sort of seem to be unbranded, actually. Just made in China. Not much to it. 3.5 volt, 0.35 bulbs, but the code for the bulbs is like S00136. I'll have a look. They're very short little things. But yeah, I have no idea. I think fuse bulbs are gone for them. And you can tell it was when I was younger, because I'm pretty sure Yeah, that's not a fuse bulb. One of the fuse bulbs, no idea. The other one is definitely not a fuse bulb. But yeah, whole set doesn't work. I'm pretty sure this set is wired in the, like, it's got 2 fuse bulbs, so the orange and green on one side and the red and blue on the other side, or something like that. So I remember this set having one side working, so I had only 2 colours, but none of it works now. Random stuff. Pretty sure these presents aren't even LED. There's an LED, there's a filament sign in there as well. Got a few filament lights left over, but if I knew back in the days I used to piss around with them, always break them. I probably thought I wouldn't have known bulbs of different voltages. I would have gone, oh yeah, no, it just needs a bulb. Bang. Oh, the whole set's died. When he puts a 2-watt bulb in a 12-volt set. But I know we've bought that lantern set, and I don't know if we've ever replaced a bulb, so I was just hopeful there might be a pack of 4 bulbs up here. But again, knowing me, I probably took the bulbs out of the packet and threw them in the big tub of all the bulbs, thinking, oh, they're just bulbs. God, I hate being a child. I hate being a kid and being dumb. I just detest it. Because I've made so many stupid mistakes as a child, as a kid, not knowing things. And now I'm here, an adult, wishing I'd done things differently. There's a set of white bulbs in there. Like a random set of white and a snowflake somewhere. It's still working. I have no idea what this snowflake is. Again, just seems to be generic. Bloody works though. Got a bulb out there, and I say there's a few bits that are broken. Actually, maybe not broken, might have been unclipped. So there you clip in. Yeah, nice little snowflake. It's quite pretty actually, the old sort of bulbs on that. Again, I've no idea what these are. Just another generic thing. So I guess, you know, getting normal or just generic sets is kind of a letdown, because you have to be able to buy the bulbs, and as soon as they, you know, go obsolete, you're out of luck. It's quite a pretty thing though. Oh, why do I always like old things at this age? I'm born too late. I should have been born earlier. Should have been born about 10 years prior. Could have owned the cars I like and bought all these Christmas decorations I like. Mind you, saying that, I suppose at the same time, back then we didn't know what LEDs were going to become. Again, Sissel, that looks like a pound stretcher kind of logo. And dual use only, safety operations. Normal bulbs, 12 volt, 0.84 watt. Made in China. Again, this will probably have bulbs that we can't get hold of. And I never really, you know, this thing looks like it could catch fire really easily. Oh wow, it's got clear bulbs. Oh, they're probably even bloody harder to get hold of. It's a weird looking plug. Oh, not allowed to open that one. This must be very end of the line stuff. Any dates? Replaceable push-in. Doesn't give you a bulb code. Purchase order number. They don't even give you a bulb code. Nice. Oh, I thought I saw some spare bulbs, but I didn't. I do apologise, the filming work is going to be dreadful, but there's just no space up here to film this properly. In here it's got some random stuff. That's the clear set that still works. It doesn't appear to have a label on it. Making my life even more miserable. Some old LED sets. It's the problem, we got quite a lot of stuff where sets that have clearly been outside for a while, they get a little bit crusty, and while they're missing a few chunks, I just haven't let them go yet. You know, most of them are just generic multi-sets that aren't that nice, but you know, I'm not going to put any nice sets outside because they never last. Some with weird botchy repairs as well. God, there's so many sets in here. But they'll all be missing chunks. Some sort of velvet kind of bauble in there. Another old school set lurking in the bottom. Oh, that's an interesting set as well. I remember them buying this. This was from Focus. Focus DIY before they shut down. These are filaments, but I used to think these were LEDs when I was young. 3V, 0.21 watts. Sorry about this filming. Produced for Focus DIY. I imagine these still work. Yeah, getting quite nice. Interesting colours on the silver wire. Quite reminiscent of the sort of new LEDs we get now, and the mixture of those LEDs and the star brights. Did some really weird functions on these, or different from the norm functions on these. Yeah, just kind of some weird flashing, I don't know. Had a few different. Had just sort of like flashing on and off randomly settings. Yeah, I'll leave that in the park. But there's so many random things in these bags. Lots of old sets. Well, at some point I'm going to take this down and have a look through all that, see if I can decipher what any of these bulbs are. I mean, there's some other covers in there for some bell lights, some sort of pedal light. There's a few things. A lot of our old school lights are gone, sadly. But I definitely think I might turn one of those, you know, combine them two to make one good set. I mean, I'd like to have two, but we've lost so many of the little pieces of these petals. I think one out of the two is probably best, and then we get quite a few spare bowls as well. I've got to clean my mess up now.
Yep, this really was just me rummaging through Christmas gubbins in the loft. Hope you enjoyed it nonetheless.